2 years ago today, I beat Sightless Sandstorm. Yeah! So we're going to revisit Sightless today, kind of try to get a feel for it again. Out of Sightless and Blind Blizzard, Sightless was the most difficult to be consistent in. So consistency and just trying to do the level itself is the hardest part for me. Honestly, just having a good session today is all I'm asking for. So I'm going to get Sunset Sandstorm normally. I'm going to do a practice run on that, and then we'll go to Sightless. Also, I'm going to turn bypass off, and I'm going to do vertical sync, just straight up my refresh rate, because that's how I beat Sightless normally. Very weird to be back on this. This part was so difficult on Sightless, just because of this release. You know, what's really funny with Sunset is that of all the levels I played, when I'm like really bored, I just do this click pattern. Like I literally just play the level in my head. It's kind of weird, but funny. This was one of the hardest parts for me to learn, Invisible, but how I figured it out was after this portal I go 1, 2, 3. And that was it. I got really lucky with this UFO part. I did not die to it once from 0. I fluked it when I first got to it. Like I didn't even die to this. And I was kind of surprising. Because this is very choke pointy. But I got really super lucky. 1, 2, 3. I was so paranoid dying at the end, I just sang the last 3 clicks. I think that was like an only 49 attempt practice run. Not bad. Okay. I'm really worried about this, honestly. Yeah, just I cannot do the runs like I can with Blind Blizzard with Sightless. Holy cow. I'm already doing way better than I thought because of that run. Blech. The main reason why I did this level after Blind Blizzard is everyone was asking for it, and I was already interested in the idea. I did that first try. I was like, you know what, I'll try it. I'll try to get some runs, and I'll go from there. I enjoyed it. And I did it. Most difficult parts for me was honestly like, again, this click I said earlier. So how I knew when to release was literally just look at the percentage. And then when I got to about there, about 15.32, I let go. So there. There was really no consistent way of me doing this. Yeah, this was so simple to learn, but just to get consistent, terrible. I'm glad I kept the sun. Because if you're blinded with your cube, that's technically an overlay of the level. So, because it makes your cube like, you can't see it. I'm really glad that I kept that. We actually have 2 people right now that have 2 runs on this level. Guy named Space US and Minty Fresh. Both of them have 34, and both of them as well have 32 to 100. Kind of find it funny that Sightless might be beaten first. That's such a big choke point too. And again, I lucked out with this UFO part. Oh! Remembered this a lot more than I thought I would. Okay, let's do like UFO to 100. Sightless took actually like less attempts than Blind Blizzard by like a few hundred. Like scary close to Blind Blizzard. The thing with Sightless though, it was so easy to learn, but unlike Blind Blizzard, it was so hard to get consistent. Because Blind Blizzard was literally the polar opposite of Sightless experience. Sightless was more difficult on the consistency, while Blind Blizzard was more focused on the learning. And I'm still thinking of which one's harder. Even though Sightless was so much easier to learn. But unlike Blind Blizzard, it just, again, it wasn't consistent. Holy cow. Alright, well, there's 72 to 100. That was fast, actually. Alright, let's do like 52 to 100. I like what I did with the bottom, Sightless Sandstorm. Just the little touches like that. What? Oh, that would have been so easy if I just did it right there. I wonder if Sightless might be easier than Blind Blizzard. I don't know. I want to focus on 32 to 52. Let's see how well I'll do. Really glad how the Sightless video turned out, but I kind of wish I put more effort into it because I was kind of lazy in the end. I wanted the video out. It's kind of funny. I made some cropping errors. I kind of just went lazy at the end. It just was funny. Sightless is just crazy, man. I don't know how I did this. Even with Sunset Mobile, I was like dumbfounded of like, this is impossible. How did I do this? Sunset Mobile was a beast of itself because I had terrible mobile delay on that and it was so inconsistent. I had to relearn it like 8 times, especially the beginning. I love the level, but that was a brutal thing to do. The one thing I wish I did with Sightless is beat it on stream, but I beat it in my Discord server. But that was a really cool moment too. It went from like 4 or 5 people in the VC just watching me to like 30 or whatever. It was so funny.
Because speedy and CC's from there.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that'll make that run so much easier to do it. I can just start from 60 and do that wrong. Alright, well that makes it easier on me. I'm doing way better than I thought. I was so nervous doing this on stream, and I'm actually doing decent. So one thing that not a lot of people saw in the Sightless video, at the very end there was a pillar with, posters. Definitely not part of my favorite show too, ignore that. But one of the posters that was on this pole was a Blind Blizzard bounty, saying that the reward would be $50, first victor. To those who just watched to the end, found that little Easter egg, they already had an advantage of if they wanted to do Blind Blizzard. I don't think anyone would want to, but if someone was daring like me to do it again, they would. I know one person who's confident he's going to go to it when he's done with 60 Hertz, and that's like LuckNS. He's trying to do EXO right now on 60 Hertz. I think when he's done with that, he's going to try Blind Blizzard or attempt it, because he's going to bypass after EXO. Another surprising thing, someone beat Chromatic Haze, I believe, Invisible. So now we have 4 extremes on the Invisible server that have been beaten legitimately Invisible, which is just insane. Yes, I did the run. Wow, we did 32 to 103 runs. I think a good goal of doing this whole level in 5 runs. I'm not beating this beginning. Alright. You wanna know what's funny, chat? When I beat this level originally, I literally did this. And kept going. And then I beat it. Like, that. How? How did I do that? That's just funny. Like, just casually doing this invisible and then just switching mid-run, and then I beat it from there. It's funny because I did that, like, I act like this is nothing, and then with Blind Blizzard streaming, I literally called me beating it. Let's get this to 100. I think it was Gabriel.
Let's get it to 100.
Gabriel, you're a Chad. Okay. 14. I want to go farther though. I want to see if I can get to like 16. That'd make this 5 runs so much easier. I cannot believe I've done it this fast too. I feel like I'm better playing this level on 144 than any other refresh rate. I do. Because I've tried this on 288 and 360, and it's felt actually harder to me than what I am right now. Like, I was not this consistent to 9% than I am right now. Another thing to point out with the Sightless video is if you actually hover over the thumbnail, it's like the thumbnail comes to life. It was like a accidental thing to occur, but it actually turns out really well. Look at that! What are the chances of that happening? That's the thumbnail. You hover it, it does that. What are the chances? Like, the amount of luck that was. I'm just saying, it was just very cool of how what happened. Dang it. Yes! Holy cow! Okay, I can actually do this in 5 runs. You're kidding me. Evan, remember how I told you how on earth did I do Sunset Mobile? After like 15 minutes after I beat it, like looked at you dead in the face and like, how did I beat this? Remember that? Watch him say no. You heard me. You heard me in the other room. Five runs. We did Sightless in 5 runs today. You are kidding me. I did that in like an hour. An hour. How did I do that? That was way quicker than I did Blind Blizzard in 4 runs. It was 0 to 21, 20 to 37, 32 to 62, and then like 60 to 74, and then like 72 to 100. I did everything I wanted to do. Crazy runs. Yeah, especially like not playing this Like, for so long, too. I think I did everything I wanted to do for Sightless today. I did it in 5 runs, and surprisingly did it in very little time, which I'm really happy with. I love Limbo, man. It reminded me of Blind Blizzard and Sightless. That's one of the reasons why I loved and enjoyed it so much. It's just because of how familiar it felt to me with Sightless and Blind Blizzard. If I would say a list placement for Sightless or Blind Blizzard, it'd probably be top 5. There's a bounty on Blind Blizzard. If you are interested in that bounty, try it out. Doesn't hurt. Just saying. This was so much more enjoyable than trying to do Blind Blizzard in 4 runs. That was a nightmare compared to this. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a different video. Either one or the other.